So, Matt, will having all this information out there, this data out there, really push providers to improve in some meaningful way? Will it cause them to focus more on outcomes and ROI? It hasn't necessarily seemed to work that way in the rest of higher ed, right? We've had ROI from the college scorecard on a lot of degree programs that continue to exist, even though their ROI wasn't very strong. So I'm a little skeptical, but would love to hear from you.
So, look, here's why I'm a little more optimistic. I think that the skepticism is not undeserved. But here's why I'm a little bit more optimistic. You know, we've what's driving a lot of students to pursue a college degree, by which I mean a 4-year bachelor's degree, is that's become the middle class idol. We've come to believe that getting a bachelor's degree is the singular path to a middle class lifestyle in America in the 21st century. And so, no matter what the nutrition label says, we just kind of believe that. Um, and when it comes to what you're doing nights and weekends to earn some additional certification, that feels a little more optional. And I'm going to be more likely to ask some of those kinds of questions. Now, when we start to think about putting that together with the other side of the equation, how do we make sure that what the public will fund is tied to outcomes-based performance? And we start to look at how do we make sure that employers know what credentials to honor, right? I'm applying for a job and it says I will earn this credential. Well, if that becomes, speaking of workflow, that becomes embedded into an applicant tracking system. So employers being given a direct validation of how well it tells me, that starts to create the kind of signals that potentially could lead to better outcomes all around.